What's up everybody, Jonesy here, back with another Thursday vlog. Today's video will be talking about my top 10 perks about living in Canada. One thing people recognize is that we actually have a great healthcare system. It's a universal kind of healthcare to the point where anybody who actually walks into an emergency room or a hospital will actually get seen and diagnosed and treated. This is a big gigantic perk. No matter how rich you are or how poor you are, you can't be denied when it comes to hospitalization or medications or anything like that. This way you can feel safe but not feeling that you need to spend like a premium for really good healthcare. Healthcare is actually covered, actually here for me in Alberta, healthcare is actually covered quite a lot, more than some of the other provinces of course, but that's because we had put a lot into it and now reaping the rewards. Now, since Canada is very big and very wide and the cities are far apart from each other, actually our crime rate's pretty low. We don't actually have a high population, so that actually helps out, but we're also kind to others, we're pretty easygoing. In fact, we actually have some of the lowest crime in the entire world, which is actually a big plus. I think we're within the top 10. Now don't quote me exactly, but I think we still are. So people who are lucky enough to come from abroad and actually stay here and get their citizenship, you're actually allowed to have dual citizenship here. Some countries, I know you have to give up one to have the other, but here in Canada, you can actually have both. And being a citizen, yeah, you're totally fine with keeping your old passport and still being a citizen, having the right to vote and doing all that cool stuff. Now, there's one thing in the movies that they actually portray us doing, and that's actually being very polite, very kind, very laid back. We're very laid back to the point where we actually take it easy a lot of the time. Job's not always like the 100% thing. We usually have time for play, family, just relaxing and just enjoying our wonderful country here. Now, I briefly touched about Canadians being very polite, and they actually are. We always say please and thank you. We actually apologize very often. It gets to the point where I'm told when I'm abroad that I apologize too much. It's one of those things where you just can't help it. It's just part of who we are as Canadians. So obviously, people know Canadians as being very diverse. It's a giant melting pot. People from all over the world immigrate or have immigrated to Canada at some point or another. Because of this, we have a wide range of religions, faiths, cultures, food, experiences that we like to share with everybody. It's one of those things that actually makes Canada stand out. There isn't just like one race that's always here, one race that's pretty much predominant. Actually, we have a lot of places that actually cater to that kind of thing. Like people have Chinatowns here, a little Koreatown there. It's where communities get together, and a lot of families came over a while ago and now they're bringing over their generations, and it actually gets down to the point where people are still allowed to immigrate here and actually become citizens. So Canada is one of the best places to do that. So with all those people think that a lot of our country is very crowded. In fact, it's not. Toronto and Vancouver are very busy cities for us, but the rest of the cities in the entire country aren't that too jam-packed. In fact, we have a lot of open space, and with a lot of open space, that also means we have a lot of nature. We have a lot of lakes and mountains and forests. We have a lot of trails, hiking, biking, whatever it may be. People love to go camping around here, whether they're going to the lake or they're just going to the coast. It's one of those things where people just like to just be out and about, traveling the country, and it's pretty easy to do. We have a Trans-Canada Highway that links one side of the country all the way to the other, so you can actually take parts of that. If not, if you're very brave, you can actually take the whole thing across and see all of Canada that way. So I travel the world, and everybody usually hears my accent, and it's an accent to them. For me, it's not. But they always ask me where I'm from. Usually they think I'm from America or I'm from maybe London or something like that. But actually when I tell them I'm Canadian, they'd be like, oh, Canadian. I like Canada. And a lot of people do, which is kind of a nice thing. We do say a lot, which is, I'm very guilty of actually saying that quite a bit. And because of that, our reputation is really great in the world for being polite, honest, whether it be apologetic, and of course, making fun of ourselves. So another big thing, since I talked about travel, Canada is actually one of the strongest passports in the world, which is kind of nice. I know I said top 10, but guess what? We're in the top 10 for that too. So it's actually very nice. There are some places that we actually don't even need a visa to go visit. Some places we have a longer stay or a shorter stay, but all in general, Canada has a pretty good rate when it comes to traveling around the world and being allowed in certain places. Canada is also one of those places where you actually hear multiple languages spoken at a time. I know it's predominantly English and French is our second language, but you're gonna hear lots of things like Filipino, you're gonna hear Czech or Russian or Polish, whether it be Jamaican or African or wherever the hell everybody else is from. Everybody speaks their own language, whether it be like Chinese or Japanese or any of those other Asian cultures. Yeah, you can actually hear that. There was a time where I actually picked out about 8 different languages spoken on my way to work, and that was just on my way to work. So you can just imagine how diversified our culture is here. Alright everybody, that is the end of the video. This is my personal take on my top 10 perks about living in Canada. There's probably a dozen more or 10,000 more things, but that's just my point of view. If you've made it this far, do me a favor, subscribe. Why not? I do this kind of thing every Thursday. Tuesday is a Trek Tuesday, so I actually review a model, and every Saturday is the big one. It's going to be a travel vlog. So I think we're still in Amsterdam at the moment, so that's actually getting worked on right now. If you have any comments about like what your favorite thing about Canada is, or what you've heard, or you've actually lived here, tell me. Let's jot it down there in the comments down below. I'd like to hear what you guys think. Also, if you like this video, you obviously know what to do. Leave a like. And if you're not sick of my face already, I have content made. So, of course, it's probably been on the screen for a bit. So you can click here, or here, wherever else it may be on the screen. And as always, I will see you guys next time. Bye.